Hi everyone. Okay, today what we are going to do is a piece of artwork. It's going to be a decoupage kind of paper mache piece of artwork. So I've gotten the canvas, which is a 16 by 16 inch piece of canvas. Just picked it up at Michael's. I have my glue, and you mix glue and water for the actual paper mache. I've got my sealant for the end of the project, my Mod Podge, to put what we have onto the paper mache. I've got some paper here, some old newspapers, which I'm going to cut up and use for the paper mache. Some paint, I've got some green here. I've got some white acrylic paint. I've gone on a little adventure hunt with my daughter, and we've picked up some leaves. Here's my lovely daughter, Heidi. Say hello.
Hi.
And we are going to go ahead and put these onto our project. So get all of your supplies ready. A paintbrush is handy too for the Mod Podge and the paint. And we'll come back shortly and we'll go ahead and put this all together. So again, the canvas, the glue, the sealant, the Mod Podge, any sort of paint colors that you want to incorporate into it, the paper for the paper mache, which we're going to slice up, and the leaves that we're going to put on. Alright, perfect. Okay, so what we have done is we've taken the canvas. Now you can use whatever design or shape you want, but I have chosen to draw out a flower, and it's just, you know, it's not a perfect design. It's just kind of a foundation of where the paper mache is going to go. I have taken my glue and water and mixed it up into a liquid, so I can go ahead and take the paper from the newspaper that we have gone and shredded up, and what we're going to do is just take some of the paper, you put it into the paper mache or the glue and water solution, and then go ahead and start putting it onto the canvas. I'm going to try to keep it in the lines of the flower because my ultimate goal is to have a flower-like design raised on the canvas. So this will take a little bit of time, so you know, just go ahead and get your hands all goopy. Once this is done, we will come back and we will paint all of this to cover it up. So this is the stage right now. Again, take the sliced up paper, put it into the glue and water solution that you've mixed up, and then go ahead and put it onto the canvas. Okay, so the paper mache star that we've done, our flower, is now completely dry. We left it for about a week, so everything's really nice and hard. I'll try to lift this up here without being too shaky. So you can just see exactly what I've done, paper mache on top of the canvas. So the next step is really easy. Let me just put the camera back down here. What we're going to do is take our acrylic paint. I'm going to choose all white because I like the look of it. And we're just going to cover the whole thing with paint. So just go ahead and I just pour it straight on. The canvas, everything. We're just going to cover it all up. So when we're done, it's going to be a nice white textured canvas with the flower sticking out. And I just take my paintbrush, and I will do this a couple times. I'm going to go through and fill in all the holes and cover it all up. And so once this is completely painted and dry, I'll probably do maybe 2 or 3 coats on top of the actual newspaper, the paper mache here, just to make sure that you can't see any of the paper through it. And then once that's all done, we'll go ahead and apply the leaves and stuff with the decoupage and finish our piece of artwork. And you know, if you don't like white, if you wanted to do a brown color or different colors, you know, this is whatever you like, whatever your style is. So just do what makes you happy, and once this is done, yeah, we'll get back to the next step. Okay, bye. Okay, so you can see now that I have covered my paper mache with the white acrylic paint. I put about 3 coatings on altogether, so you can see it's all nicely covered here. Note to self that some of the paper mache I used, it had color on it, so you can see how it's bled a little bit through on the white. So I didn't know it was going to do that. However, not a big deal because I'm going to cover up most of this anyway, so you won't even really be able to notice it. So now that this is done, the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to use the Mod Podge. Again, I have it in the gloss finish. That's just, you can use whatever type you like though. If you like a matte finish, it's fine. I spray this afterwards anyways with a gloss coating sealant, so it doesn't really make that much of a difference. I've got my paintbrush here, and in the beginning I showed you a bunch of leaves and things that I've collected from going on a little nature walk. They're all nice and dry, and I am going to use a Mod Podge to place these onto my canvas. So basically the Mod Podge is like a glue, so I'm just going to lay out some pieces of leaves that I want to use. I've got all sorts of different colors. I've got some nice green ones here, and I just like to put them on there and place them on. I've also got some grass. I've got some long pieces of grass which I've taken. I'm going to use this. Some other type of leaves as well. They're all kind of dry. I like to let them dry out for about a week or so before I use them, because that way I know that they're not going to crinkle up as they're drying naturally. So I'll just get my Mod Podge ready, and it's just like a glue. I'll take my brush here, my paintbrush, and I'll grab the leaf, and I will just gently put some onto the leaf here, flip it over, press it down. Now this is water soluble, so don't worry if you get it on your furniture or anywhere else. You can wash it off. It'll be like glue on your fingers. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this glue Mod Podge over it, the leaves, and I'm going to do this for the whole entire, I'm going to cover up all the star areas with these leaves, and once this is done I will come back and show you what the whole thing looks like. So we can have, and then once that is done, we can go ahead and add the gloss finish. Okay? Okay, so you can see I have gone ahead, and this is the finished result of me adding all the leaves. I'm just going to hold my camera up here a little bit so you can see kind of what it looks like. I've signed my name in the bottom corner, and it's all finished. I've added a bunch of different leaves and some texture. I did paint the original circle that was in the middle right there. You can see that. I did paint that with a pink acrylic, then I added the final leaf. One thing I want to let you know is that when I was doing this, it became very difficult with the Mod Podge, so I did a switch halfway through. I went and I started using the tacky spray, so I basically took this and I just sprayed, and then it was much easier to stick the leaves on top of it instead of going and using the Mod Podge. Mod Podge is, I guess, is more for paper, so I didn't realize that, but that's okay. This is the final result, and so it's good that I learned that. Now what I'm going to do, everything's pressed down and dried now, and I'm going to go ahead and use the final sealant, so it will seal everything in and it'll be good to hang up. And the sealer I use, again, is Aleene's. You know, it's a spray acrylic sealer. I did use acrylic paint, so I'm going to go ahead and just spray this finally over it. Now this is it has really bad fumes, you know, it's quite toxic, I guess you could say, so just make sure that you have open windows when you go and spray this because you don't want to get sick. So I'm just going to go ahead and spray this. My windows are open, and I'm going to give it a nice liberal good spray, so make sure it'll get it all shiny. It does smell a little bit like nail polish remover or something, so, but anyways, that's okay. So once this is all sprayed, well, I'll come back and I will show you what it looks like, completely all shiny and glossy, and we'll be done. Okay, so here is the final result. I'm trying to hold my camera as steady as I can with my hand, but it's all been sprayed and it's dried, and it's, as you can see, it's very shiny and glazed over. Give you a closer look of what it kind of looks like up close. Nice and shiny. And so yeah, so this is just kind of a lovely organic looking piece. In person, you know, it stands up off of the canvas because it's all textured. It's kind of hard to show that on the camera. Maybe that way you can get a better idea. But there's so many different things that you can do. I love doing this type of art project. On my blog, I'm going to post another piece of art. I did very similar to this. It was for somebody that really liked guns and skulls, so we did a big heart and we filled it full of guns and skulls, and not my sort of thing, but you know, it was quite a success, and they really loved it. So anyways, have a look and give me your feedback. I'd love to hear your thoughts, or if you have any ideas, just make a comment on my blog, and make sure you check back next week, because every Sunday I try to upload a new craft project. All right, all the best. Bye.